because both organizations here are actually Danish, so it's not a good look. But I kind of want to take up from where the Geek Desk left it, and let's just say that, yes, the composition right now to play for Singularity is very difficult. It reminds you a little bit of a solo queue composition because it's hard to find one direct lane to play for. I would pick one, it would be the bot side. Traditionally, with Graves towards the top side, you just leave him alone. Oh no.
Oh, Jeppe, not like this. He's hooked, he's dunked, he's going down. Jeppe, first blood to Taxa.
To be fair, that hook, that was a little bit of a finicky hitbox, but that is the Nautilus hitbox.
Naughty.
Either way, maybe just flash down beginning, but great first block coming in from Astralis. And really something we lack for them quite often is proactivity. So the fact we get to see them from the get-go, open up the map immediately, 1 minute into the game, get that first blood, super nice to see.
In a way, I feel like this is the backs to the wall. Just play like a, you know, play like a cornered rat and just go absolutely crazy.
So how does the cornered rat play it?
Well, they first of all go bot lane with a Nautilus and find a hook, as we'll see here.
Yeah, let's have a look at it once again then. It's a good dodge. Well, it's not a good dodge because he does get hit, but like you can see the tendency of what he was going for, just curve it back a little bit. But I mean, honestly speaking, that Nautilus hookbox on the hook is just so big that it's not a dodge you can afford yourself. You just need to flash it as soon as that comes out.
The hook is as big as Singularity's loss streak, let's be real.
Oh my god, and it's going to get even bigger if it continues like that, but taking a look at lane stock as well, looks like they'll be able to get the bot lane priority from the side of Astralis. In the mid lane with Cress and Dragain, it's mostly just going to be a scaling what do you say, option for both mid laners here. They don't really want to do too much in lane. They can try and contest it for the wave priority, but all in all, you get more value out of these picks when you get out of the laning phase. And then up towards the top side, I think this is just going to be isolated. Graves really just wants to use a lot of time for himself, where I think Taxa, he's going to be spending some time down towards the bot lane, especially now that Jeppe doesn't have that flash.
What I actually really like about this Veigar pick is, if you genuinely look at Singularity, they're relatively short-ranged. Yeah, you got Nidley, who has the long-range spears,
yeah.
But in a teamfight scenario, Graves, Zeri, they need to be up in your grill. And every time I've seen Veigar be effective and competitive, it's always into short-range teams, because he makes such a large space that you just can't fight around, basically. I actually genuinely think this is kind of a big brain pick in the mid. You
raised a really good point, and it's also just super good into the Zeri. One of her biggest counters for sure is just lockdown CC. She gets so much mobility to wreak havoc in team fights, but if she's quickly pinned down, she's just as squishy as any other AD carries. And if she's not up against the wall, that dash is really not that long to get you out of a sticky situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like this is genuinely a really nice pick here. We'll see how it's played out and, you know, when they get to those team fights, because it's one thing saying this is how it happens or this is how it should happen. It's you know, how it actually goes down in the heat at the moment. Maybe Cress is forced to use the event horizon in an interesting way as
no way.
Ignited and a tower shot. Is able to survive thanks to his flash, but pretty big loss for him there. Has almost run out of his red gun as well, so we'll run out of healing, unfortunately.
Jeppe found a really good gap in between the minions, and Crispberg, he could have dodged out of there. Now remember, Jeppe, no flash.
Oh, Wendell with the flash. They got the Gravitum to lock him in place, and Jeppe, it is just not this game. They are looking for it. Tax is going for the hook. He's able to find it. The cleanse comes out. And out they go.
What do you know? Vendel's not even the best hooker in the team. Taxa takes over Thresh, and all of a sudden, not a summoner spelled. Burn from the side of Spiky. He does get out with the flash still available, but he had to forfeit the cleanse in that exchange.
We see on the other side, Pop able to pick up a crab, so not particularly the greatest. No jungle to clear away as well, so not going to be able to do anything proactive here on the Nidalee. And, you know, Viego could kind of annoying.
I was going to say, that's one of the... It's not a direct win condition I'd give them, but I'd say that's a playstyle you can afford yourself with the Nidalee as well, is due to a fast clearing speed, you will be able to fast clear against the Viego. And if you have lanes where the enemy laners are forced up against the towers and they can't move, that will allow you to counter jungle. The problem for Singularity then becomes, how do we translate the leads the Nidalee may be getting for herself into the lanes? Because it's still very difficult to play once the objectives comes across. And now with a bot lane priority for Astralis, I think the sooner they can start stacking up these Drakes, the sooner they can put Singularity on a timer, the better for their win condition.
And the question comes as well, is like, yeah, maybe Nidalee takes away a couple of camps, but Tax has got a couple of kills. And that's not just him getting the kills or the assists. That's him enabling those lanes, giving them time to push waves in, get favorable resets. So it can snowball out of control. So Port, very quick jungle clear, like you said, but it needs to be able to translate that into something. And Taxa able to use the pressure that he'd afforded towards his bot side to start up this first dragon. Jeppe will be aware of it, and Port is in the area, but it looks like it's just going to concede this first dragon unless a miracle spear comes in from Porp. Watch it come down here. Nope, don't worry.
Yeah, you're really building up that tension. I mean, Dragain did have TP advantage, but they did not have any favorable wards to really come in with a TP that would solidify a play. And because of that, they just have to give up the first Drake themselves. Now, stack wave down towards the bottom side. Don't think they're going to look for anything because Porp is near. So they can go for the crash. They can reset Chrisberg. They can move Vendelbo out of the map, which should give him a favorable timer against Jeppe, who's still going to be on the turret for a little while just to pick up the XP.
Don't know why Dragain walked into the stun. He was fine.
I did tell you, he didn't do it on purpose, okay?
I think it was a tactical choice by Dragain to bait Crest closer so we could land a Q on him.
And either way, now Vendel out of the... Sorry, I had nothing to follow up that conversation with. I'm sorry. There really wasn't anything for me there. Vendel out on the map earlier, but like once again, there's not really too many lanes to play for. You can see Astralis, they're moving their pieces around, but no reason to go up towards the top side. Tattoo, he's recalling, but Dragain does have flash, but if he gets caught here...
Oh, he's been caught as well. He's inside the cage, locked down, CC'd up, and Crest will just pop him with a Primordial Burst. An amazing knockback onto Porp stops him from finding any damage onto Wendell with a leap. And that is just an easy kill for Astralis in the mid lane. They are 3-0 up right now.
That's the thing. That was the first move they had. We talked about it. Vendel, he would be out of the map earlier than Jeppe. Jeppe is actually still down towards the bot side and have not backed yet. And Dragain just being a little bit disrespectful with that flash, not flashing out of the cage immediately, with a Nautilus just running into you, CCing you with the auto attack. Flashes too late, and Vendel just able to pick up an easy hook. Oof.
It's really nice as well because the big criticism you had for Astralis is they're playing slow, they're playing passive. This is a much more aggressive and much more decisive Astralis. Yes, it's not craziness, they're not constantly tower diving, they're just making good reads on the map and good rotations and just translating it into little wins, and these little wins add up because they've now got themselves a 1,000 gold lead at 7 minutes, they've got themselves that first dragon, and if they want, they can look to turn their attention towards the Rift Herald, which is just about to spawn up, and if you look at the map, both junglers are up here, so it looks like that might just be where the attention goes.
I completely agree. With the bot lane, you just crash in this wave, you move Vendel up towards the top side, you don't have to move Chrisberg if you don't want to, but you just need to gain yourself a man advantage. In Singularity, they're posturing to start up this Rift Herald, but let's be real. Your top laner is getting pushed back now after having first move. Your mid lane is pushed in. Bot lane from Astralis is moving first. This is really not a winning fight.
Oh no, Dragain, he's pinned, he's locked down. Wendell hooked a minion. Oh, it's so sad. He puts the Chaos Storm on the free. Wendell, you fool.
That was so anticlimactic. He missed the hook on the minion, and then 3 members got stunned up in the gravity field. No one dies. Astralis still picks up the Rift Herald. But my word,
I want that replay in slow motion.
Oh no, I don't. Please spare me.
Let's rub salt in the wound. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, they didn't get a kill. Sure, Dragain didn't have any summoners, so there wasn't any summoners to burn, and they do still get the Rift Herald. So
yes.
All they really lose is just Wendell's pride. Other than that, I think they ate okay, and Wendell might just look for a bit of revenge here. He does have flash, but no, Dragain is going to respect him this time.
Yeah, this time around, he knows something's up. Taxa haven't showed either. He's going to be making his way down towards the bot side. And you can see, once again, Singularity, they are actually getting a little bit. You denied Crest the blue buff by stealing this one away, so that matters a little bit in the grand scheme of... Oh, no, production.
Look at this. Get behind me, Mr. President. Oh, at least he got the farm.
I mean, this is just anticlimactic. Then Chaos Storm to come out, only to do, like, what, 50 damage on each of them. And then that's the play cancelled.
The worst thing is that was the first time I've seen a Nautilus hitbox actually ruin it for the Nautilus.
Ah, yeah.
He was on top of the minion, so the hook should have gone over the minion. But because he's got the weirdest hitbox in the world, hitbox in the world.
You're Danish.
I know, I was just telling you, I'm casting the Danish team, so I'm doing them a little bit of a favor.
Oh yeah, the hitbox sometimes is a little bit finicky.
if I do it, it's racist. So I'm not
No, it's not. Anyways, Drake is spawning under 1 minute. Rift Herald is in hand of Taxa. So even if they didn't have bot lane priority and mid lane priority, they could use it. Now, the good thing for them is they already have that. So they can actually just hold on to this Rift Herald and wait for a better play if that's what they're looking for. Still 40 seconds on that Drake, and they're just trimming out vision or applying vision for themselves in the enemy jungle.
Chrisberg had the murder guns, but he has lost them. Still has the chakrams though, and they're fairly stacked. Not massively so, but they are still there. And it looks like Singularity are just going to have to go, okay, we're going to walk away from this one. Well, nothing to do with that. And they're going to be able to pick up some plates. And Taxa actually shoving the Herald down with Crest coming over as well. This might just be the end of this tower. It's very, very low. I think that's not enough to execute it.
Oh, Pop, no!
They are looking for Porp. He's been locked in place. The Spectral Maw will lock him down, and Crest will pop him. The response is onto Wendell. Wendell's going to use the stopwatch. He's trying to jump away. The Spike will be able to take him down. Tower able to remain as well.
Yeah, okay, so definitely not the most clean. Vendel dying there is a bit questionable, but they get the kill for themselves. They do get some plating, and let's be honest, this turret down towards the bot side should still fall before the 20 minutes.
Oh.
I mean, I think Crest was spotted on vision there. Pope, unfortunately, low flash, and then Vendel just little bit split by the team, did have the flash, but was not in a position to flash away anywhere. But coming off the resets, I'm expecting they're just going to be looking for the Drake once again.
It's been a pretty quiet top lane, as kind of expected from the
That's how it goes with the Graves as well. It's just a weak side lane.
He just clears the waves like it's nothing and is just impossible to deal with.
It's kind of just like the, do I want to do anything in top lane today? No, not really. Let me just lock in Graves. Let me just clear some waves, push in the enemy, go for a tactical reset. That favors me, and that's kind of just the whole ideal. The problem for Singularity is then, once again, they've not been put in a position where they could play for this area, where they could play for the bot side, because quite frankly, the movement was better from Taxa than Pop, and also the fact that Yeba started lane without flash certainly did not do them any favors either.
And there you go. Chrisberg gets 610 gold, plates and tower all included. That is a rich Aphelios. See, the Triforce has been finished up onto the Zeri for Singularity. So is on that Mythic, wants to get that Titanic next.
But this time around, Carlson actually smells something up. This is really great. They see no response from the bot lane. And you know what? This had been one of my main criticisms of Carlson. His understanding of weak side was not always completely top-notch. It felt like he was disrespecting enemy reset timers. This time around, catches the roam and just forfeits the wave.
Oh, the flash to follow, but the depth charge is coming in. I think Victor's all right. Again, able to get away, but a lot burnt there.
They burn the flash, regain no flash again, but that does mean it's easier for them to capitalize on that. With a Vega cage, with Nautilus to come around once again, it's an easier situation for Astralis to pilot around than it is for Singularity. Now, Pop, once again, is gaining farm for himself. He's down 1 level, but I think from the gold department, just outside of farming monsters, he should be fairly even. But then once again, it just doesn't do much. Right now, Astralis is just so damn proactive, and we've yet to see a response from Singularity anywhere on the map.
But the big thing is like Porp and Taxa are pretty much tight on like jungle camps, as that's a nice hook from Jeppe. Ignite is burnt, and there's the steroid. They're jumping in. Spike's able to find the kill. Wendell now looks for the slow as he's trying to jump away. They get a little bit of additional damage in, but now Porp has to be careful as the Spectral Maw might stun him in place, able to just about avoid that one. And Astralis can't answer out, unfortunately, in the top lane. But here comes Crest, and Jeppe just going to flash out. Doesn't even want to risk it. Not even going to play with that fire. As the hook comes in, the Heartbreaker goes down. The Flay's there. The stopwatch used, and Taxa will lose his life. Jeppe will fall down to Crest, though, as Spike is on a killing spree. Astralis able to just about limp out of that one.
Yeah, they won't get too much out of it. It's a few kills before Rift Herald spawns. A little gold gained over to the side of Spike here, and quite honestly, that's great for Singularity. They struggle to translate any win condition in the game so far, but picking up 3 kills for your AD carry, that certainly is to get the job done just a little bit.
The job done?
Oh, stop. I hate you.
I'm back, baby.
Back into the replay, though. I think Astralis getting a little bit too overconfident once again. It's a great hook by Yeba just to at least trade 1 for 1, and then once again, kill going over to Spiky is exactly what you want. It's not going to be putting you in a winning position, but it's giving you something to play for, which is the crucial part.
I'm amazed that W actually hit from Crest there. It was pretty close. It looked like he was out of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think he got stuck on a minion. I think that's what happened. Either way, Jeppe does go down, but like you're saying, 3 kills onto the Zeri. We've seen today already what a Zeri can do when they start to get nice and fed. And Spike
You know what you call affiliates with red and white guns?
Deaf murder guns.
Danish.
I knew. You said this to me earlier, and I fell for it. I have. It's red and white.
Danish
Naked
dynamite.
Night, or Danish Dynamite, or Danish Delight.
That's not a thing.
No, that's in Turkey.
Yeah, yeah, you're in the wrong country there, mate.
Yeah, you guys make pastries.
Oh yeah, we do. We do have. I mean, did you know you guys are making Danishes wrong?
Is this a rabbit hole I'm prepared to go down?
No, I don't think
yes,
so.
I am.
No,
Tell me, why are we making it wrong?
We'll get back to it. Rift Herald has been spawned up this time around. Astralis, they're just going to be clearing out some of the vision just a little bit. Once again, man advantage and tempo advantage around this objective currently is in their favor, and I think, yeah, nothing's just going to be stopping them from this.
Unlike the British, Astralis are able to get their Danish right, and they get themselves the Rift Herald. Crespot Predator there, but Dragain's gravity field will stop him from coming any closer. Now, the Rift Herald in the pocket of Taxa, they may just use this to crack mid lane right now. Have to be very careful for the side of Singularity. Their squishies are all isolated, and when you still got no flash on Dragain, it's a very easy hook or very easy ult from Wendell to follow up into a kill. Porp just about felt the wind of that from his backside. The hook goes a little bit wide, but the tower will collapse. They should be able to kill it before the Rift Herald, before the second charge goes down. And it looks like the attention is now shifting down the map towards this Infernal Dragon. Remember, Astralis have already got 2.
Yeah, look at the TP though from Tatu. He's trying to come in from a flanking position. Problem is, Graves does not offer too much utility in this instance. This should just turn out to be a 5-on-5. Who's got the flashes right now? No flash in Spiky, no flash in Dragain. That's going to be crucial. Bit of Vega Cage, so pay attention to Cress in these team fights.
All right, we'll keep our eyes on him. He doesn't have his summoners like you were saying. Jeppe looks at the hook. It goes wide. Now we're seeing the Great Blind come down to stop Wendell from being able to do anything. He's already found the chunk. The ultimate goes down. Dragon is there. Chrisberg is under fire right now, and Dragain will take him down. Singularity find themselves a kill. They don't secure the Dragon. Astralis have got their third, and now it's all on Taxa. It's actually, yeah, it's Taxa. I'm just following this fight. It's going absolutely crazy. I got lost in the action. Viego is the worst. God damn Viego.
Well, once again, Singularity actually trades even on kills right now, which is great from their side. They pick up a few shutdowns, and now Spiky sitting on 5 kills himself. He's still getting fed on this Seri. We were talking about how we struggled to see how they were find any strength in the laning phase, but through these skirmishes, Singularity has actually been able to find a few, and let's see what actually happens here, because it looks like they're just getting picked apart. 3 members on the side of Drake. Vendel is getting burned across the other side to the right, and Chrisberg, he's just sitting in the Chaos Storm until Tatui suddenly flashes forward on him. Then after this, HP bars are getting too low. It's easy for Taxa to pick up a few resets, but he's still too low himself to still win this favorable fight.
Oh, man, Viego can be so messy. So messy to fight into, but Singularity, yes, they come out on top, but they didn't get the Dragon, and the crucial thing is now is Infernal Soul is on the table for Astralis. And Cress is going to hurt with that.
He definitely
do a lot of damage. Like, already able to one-shot people fairly soon. That just enables so much more burst to him.
But to be fair, like, Astralis set up for that, you would imagine it would have looked cleaner than it actually came down to. Having that Vega baby cage, knowing that the carry members did not have flash,
yeah,
it seemed like they pulled a little too far back. And if you do that again, if you allow Singularity to step up and just straight up Chaos Storm your AD carry or some of the squishy members, then these fights becomes a little bit difficult. So maybe the objective timers of where Singularity can strike to try and find some of the weaknesses that Astralis has shown so far in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. There is hope for Singularity. You got the 5-0 Zeri, or Seri, almost finished up the Titanic Hydra as well. Be a really, really big power spike for them, but obviously Chrisberg as well, someone to watch, got the BF sword in the inventory, building towards, which I believe to be a Bloodthirster. Choose that long sword in the inventory.
Yeah.
Inventory? That was...
The
inventory.
Inventory, yeah?
Inventory. I swear English is my language.
Yeah, you do, but I don't believe you.
I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine recently, and I'm thinking of Terry Crews. That's what it is.
You know, you definitely would be the Jake Peralta of the NLC.
Yeah.
I totally see that. You're just such a... Yeah.
There was definitely a word, but would have got you fired there.
Not safe for work. Anyways.
Don't worry, he'll call me out after the show.
Yeah, I mean, last time BBC was complaining about you too. We don't want any of that again, do we?
That's the story for another day as well.
Oh, it certainly is.
Alrighty, let's get back into the action. We've almost got 20 minutes on the clock. It is a 4,000 gold lead over to Astralis. We've talked a little bit about their items that they started to finish up here. Let's talk what Singularity need to do. Because Astralis, it feels like more of the same. But for Singularity, what is their kind of like crucial, what is their play?
I mean, it comes down to, once again, that, as the desk mentioned as well, there's not too much identity in the team comp. And even this play might not work out for them.
Oh, it's getting very, very hairy. One more auto into the ult will be able to secure the kill. Oh, what a dodge with a lantern. Gonna land him with a depth charge, but a teleport's coming in, and Crispo's gonna be isolated again, looking for that additional damage, but a little bit of an optimistic ult from him. Able to chunk out Crispo somewhat, force his heal out. But Astralis able to get away, but here comes the cavalry, actually. The rest of Singularity are collapsing in. They're able to take this tower, and Astralis are just going to have to walk away with their tails between their legs.
Once again, Carlson dying and solo lane isolated. It's one of these few mistakes we've been talking about we sometimes see committed, but credit, honestly, to Yeppe. But Astralis, they look hungry for this one. Krez has propped the Predator. But, okay, just backing off.
Predator Vega, such a funny thing.
It's honestly great because you don't need the other keystones too much. You're just stacking up on the AP anyway with your abilities. Quite often after we see him finishing up the first 2 items, we even see him just go tank. Like, Force of Nature is not a bad pickup against the like of a Nidalee and a Victor. So you're just going to be chilling on AP and you're going to be super annoying. This little dwarf just waddling around super tanky and doing unthinkable damage. Yeah, I do suppose he is.
I think Ornn is a dwarf.
Is he now?
I don't really know what he is. He's like a goat man, but like I swear like that's a League of Legends dwarf.
It's 30 seconds until Infernal Soul. Set up by Astralis is
oh, that's big. Crispo does have red gun, so he does have heal, but that's the murder combo, or the Danish combo as you like to call it. Able to heal back up as well. He's got the Bloodthirster, so plenty of sustain for Crispo, but you can see those spears now, a real potential problem. Porp able to do a lot of damage, just got the Proto Belt.
But this is also where they need to be patient. Remember, you just need to play around the pick. You don't need to just throw your face in there. Wait for someone to get caught off guard by Baby Cage. And for the love of God, dodge out on the spears. On the other side of Singularity, try and catch that pick up with yourself, with Yeppe, with Pop spears. But they're just going to be starting up the objective now, and any minute we could see a fight break out.
This is so important for Singularity. Hook goes wide by Wendell. There's the cage from Crest. Jeppe, the only one caught in it and dodging everything. Lovely play from him. Threw down the box himself as Porp continuing on the Dragon. Astralis not willing to give this up. They get slowed down. The Moonlight Vigil goes in between the goalposts. A little bit wide. A hook lands and the fight breaks out. Wendell very, very low. Has to flash away already. That's going to be 1 kill. Picked up for Crest. Carson has to flash away. A double for Crest as he pops Porp. A cage goes down from Crest as well. 3 members of Singularity do stand. But Spike looking to go burr. Onto Wendell. He jumps. Hooked up. Taken down. Double kill. Hook goes wide into the cage. Jeppe has to flash away. A teleport coming in. Here comes the backup. The Crocodile will return for the side of Astralis, and Singularity only have a full health bar on Dragain. Jeppe got caught out on the ward. There's no smite for either team. Porp and Taxa are going to be bolting down towards this river to get involved in the action. The question is, who's going to secure it, because the junglers aren't going to be here in time. Dragain zoned away by the box, looking for the snipe, not able to get it. Astralis secure the Dragon.
Yeah, decent call from Astralis. They know they can burst it down with the Vega WQ combo, where on the side of Singularity, they just don't have that sudden burst damage. They could have waited for the junglers, but Astralis, they decide to pull the trigger, and despite probably the worst team fight I've seen in the NLC, they pull out with the Infernal Soul. And let's have a look at how this... Okay, so it's not the quiet before the storm, because we saw the box from Thresh miss, we saw the hook from Vendelbow miss, we saw the Moonlight Vigil from Crestberg miss, until finally we saw a team fight kick it all off. And it is still messy around it. You can see Pop completely gets blown up by Crest, and they didn't want to play around the cages. They want to play around the TP Tyner of Carlson, but Spiky, he finds Crisberg, forces the flash away, and then isolates Vendelbow. Yeppe with the Mercury Treads is able to get out of the baby cage with the flash, but when Carlson joins the fight, you know how the story goes. They just burst down the Drake for themselves and take the Infernal Soul.
It was very close. It was a solid attempt from Singularity, but now they're fighting into that Infernal Soul, and life is going to get so hard. We were talking about how Crest basically gets enough damage as it is now from this build. He can go tank at this point if he wants, because let's be real. Infernal Soul, he's going to have 3 damage items. He's going to have that stacking damage. He's got the Predator for a bit of bonus damage. Also, the movement speed is very nice.
Oh, yeah.
So he's pretty strong right now. Jeppe
no
caught in the
flash.
cage, able to dodge these before that minion just saved Chrisberg, who used the Gale Force as well to get behind it. And life is getting real hard for Astralis at this point.
I mean, more like for Singularity. Astralis chilling with an Infernal Soul, so I think they're quite being chilling with this one. But with I hate you so much. With Vega
You did this.
I did. With Vega as well, Predator Boots will be something to take into account. And with no flash and Jeppe, no flash and Spiky, it's just about playing.
Oh, there's the hook. I don't know. This might just be it. Jeppe gets heartbroken onto, taken down by Taxa. Carson's made his way over, but a little bit too late for that one.
And here's the thing, if you go into this pit, then Singularity can start playing around the spears from Nidalee. They can try and play around the lasers from their gain. But all in all, this should be in favor of Astralis. Remember, they still have the turn potential. Wendell.
The big thing is their peel is dead. That's what the Fresh was providing them. Wendell gonna jump in forward, going very low. Zvyke able to find the kill. It's 1-for-1 so far. The Zvyke untouched, dodging away on a lot of this damage. Zeri so hard to pin down so quick, and that might just be enough to force Astralis off the Baron.
Yeah, it seems like they don't want to go for any further, but you don't have to. You can go for the resets. You can try and open up the map a little more, but Singularity, they're going to catch you with your pants down for the reset timer, open up the mid lane a little bit for themselves there, keep the gold lead competitive. But
it's very competitive.
It is.
Genuinely, we're 25 minutes in. It's only a 2,000 gold lead. Yes, there is the soul, which is kind of a little bit of gold, like invisible gold, on the side of Astralis. So they do have that. Yes, they also have pretty decent map pressure so far, but once this tier 1 in the top lane goes down, Singularity actually tied with them in their objective score.
Oh my word, they're just going to start up the Baron. Little bit of a Hail Mary. The vision isn't currently there. There's no TP for Carlson. There is for the Vega, but they're just going to be going for this one now.
I know it's going on. The ward's been placed over the wall. Going to try and take this ward out in time, but it looks like they may just call this one off, stepping away from it. Crest has put the Nikes on, gone for a quick job, but the Predator's going to wear out. Singularity, they haven't actually reset from that fight, so they haven't actually spent the gold they earned.
That's the thing, and you were talking about map pressure as well. I think Astralis haven't really been utilizing the pressure they can gain on the map right now, because you have the Infernal Soul, you have the opportunity to push the enemy down to tier 2 turrets. You don't have to flip the Baron like we just saw before. There's ways for you to clean up this game even better. Like, you should be contesting camp respawn timers. The fact that Tatu is able to pick up his own red buff at this point in the game is actually quite criminal. Astralis should have a stronger grasp on this game and should be choking Singularity greatly out of this game that they have currently been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shadow Flame now finished up on Dragain on this base. You've got the Hurricane and the Hydra finished up for Spike, who's honestly been having an absolute corker of a game. 8-0 on this area, having an absolutely monstrous performance, and I think is the real glimmer of hope for the side of Singularity. His support maybe not so much, but Jeppe has also sacrificed himself several times for the team. Anyway, Baron Nash has been started up. Singularity are well aware of this, and Port landing a bit of damage. They're looking to try and turn this one around. Wendell's already chunked. There's the kill from Crest. He's used the ultimate. Carson's popped his own, trying to force them away. Wendell very, very low health bar for the moment, and the Heartbreaker has been burnt. They're locked in place by the cage as Jeppe has to flash out. Baron has been stopped momentarily as Wendell needs to reset, but they're going to look to try and start this one up again. Jeppe can still peel for the team. They can still poke with the spears, but Wendell's coming in on the flank. He might just look for Zvyke here, and that could be the big turning moment. They find a hook onto Chrisberg, but they haven't got quite enough damage to make it work or do anything about it. So Baron will be stopped once again by Singularity. They are doing a great job of just hanging on to this right now.
Yeah, but it's also so slow for Astralis. These kind of plays are not netting them anything. Getting one kill, then backing off, getting one kill, backing off is not going to be the difference maker in this game. And in just 30 seconds, Elder Drake will be on the map once again, or for the first time rather. That means you no longer just flip topside. You also have to take into consideration if you use too many members on the top side, then
Death Rush.
bot lane is going to be left open. At least the Infernal Drake. So you need to start playing into the enemy jungle. You need to be taking control of Singularity's quadrant of the map when you're this far ahead.
Absolutely. It looks like Elder Dragon is the attention here for both teams, though. Crab secured by Singularity, so they have this permanent vision pocket they can use, but the flash onto Porp into an instant stopwatch. Wendell going very, very low, but he's going to get taken down instantly as Taxa turns it around to Porp. Wendell's able to survive for just a little bit longer, but burns down to the Leandries. So far, it's a 1-for-1, 4 members apiece. Support for Jungler in Singularity, against Singularity, Astralis' favor. And it looks like they may just back off for the moment. No jungler for Singularity means this is so terrifying. They can't contest it while Taxa still lives. But Jeppe, taking so much poke damage from the Dragon, is going to get reset. And now they can look to try and contest it a little bit more. There's the ultimate. Gravitum onto absolutely everyone. Pinned him with a cage. And the pop is there. Dragon goes down. Zvyke has to do so much work on his lonesome. The hook lands and they're going to find a whole bunch of damage as Chrisberg will go down. Great cage, though, to stop Zvyke from getting any closer. Dodges away on Taxa's hook, who's stolen away the form of Jeppe. As Tatooine still trying to find a little bit of additional poke for the moment, but Crest is still alive and still a massive problem. Tatooine trying to find a little bit of damage with that end of the line onto the members of Astralis inside the cage. They flash, they jump in forward, and they find the kill. Here comes Porp, though. He's trying to find the miracle turnaround for his team. Taxa is so low. The hook lands onto him, and Porp jumps into the Dragon Pit all alone, nowhere to go, waiting for the W to come back up. He's out, but Carlson will chase him down and look to lock him in place. All the CC in the world means Astralis find the ace and find the Elder Dragon.
And just like that, they finally find the Elder Drake, as you say. They can turn their tails up towards the top side. They can be looking at the Baron, and then they can try and put the finishing touches on this game. That was a messy fight. It did not seem calculated, and you can see on Singularity's side as well, they were trying to wait the respawn timer for Porp, which was at about 30 seconds, just to try and keep the fight alive for him to come down and steal the Drake. But quite unsurprisingly, did not work out, and Astralis finally able to turn an objective into another objective into hopefully more on the map now.
Well, let's start this again. This was a long fight. Hope you're ready.
Oh, no. I mean, it is a long fight, but Astralis does favor out of these situations because you just need to wait for the baby cage timer. Although you gotta recommend Jeppe for finding these hooks, keeping Spiky in a position where he can still do a lot of damage. But once again, the range of this Seri is not very long, so she's forced once again to move up into Renekton and move up into the to the Veigar. And Carlson having that flash, just having none of it, waiting for the moment where Seri steps too far forward and they finally pick up the kill. They haunt out Pop from the Baron Pit or Elder Pit, and they pick up the Drake for themselves.
Lovely little slice and dice through the Dragon to get over the wall to lock down Porp. I don't really know why Porp went over the walls, to be honest. He knew that Dragon wasn't anywhere near executing, and he could see that they were leaving the pit to try and finish up the kill. Maybe if he held out a little longer, he could have stolen it. We'll never know. Baron and Elder now on the side of Astralis. 19 kills in their pocket, a 9,800 gold lead. Sorry, 9,100 gold lead. 9,000 gold lead. I can count, I promise.
Yeah,
the 9,000, it's a big, they got dollar.
And they're definitely just looking to play down 2 lanes here. Wave's not fully synced, but when you have an Infernal Soul with Elder Drake and with Baron up minions, nothing should be stopping you for just forcing down a lane, which is why you can see the confidence they're currently having. They can just use all their force down towards the bot side, move back after they've gotten the bot lane inhibitor, and look towards getting the mid lane, but it looks like they're just going to keep going.
They want to go for the end. Remember, that cage is just so strong at stopping the Zeri from getting even anywhere near. They are going to take this mid lane turret, but they're going to follow up with a hook. Jeppe is popped with the gift of the Elder. This is going to be it for Astralis. It has to go catastrophically wrong for them to lose here. Chrisberg secures himself a double kill, but Zeri goes burr, and Zeri goes by. Astralis taken out free like it's nothing. They're on to the Nexus towers. They don't have anyone who can stop them now, as the Nexus will be laid bare, and Astralis will just look to pad the KDAs a little bit more. 33 minutes on the clock, and it has been a whitewash for Astralis.
Picking up that win for themselves this time in the season, definitely something you're looking